records that voters say need to be open.
In November, voters approved Constitutional Amendment 1. Supporters call it Clean Missouri. It says lawmakers must follow the state's Sunshine Law.
There are bills in the House and Senate that would restrict access to those public records.
KOMU8's Jacob Caviani explains why some lawmakers say there need to be protections on records, while others question why they're trying to make any changes in the first place.
62% of voters approved Amendment 1 in November. It had 5 provisions. It eliminates most lobbyist gifts to lawmakers. It requires lawmakers to wait 2 years before becoming lobbyists. It puts limits on campaign contributions lawmakers can accept. It changes the way state legislative districts are drawn. And it requires legislative records to be public. And supporters of Amendment 1 are taking concern with proposals to restrict access to those records. Christine Dorr collected signatures to get Amendment 1 on the ballot.
I'm a veteran.
She spoke with KOMU8 last October about why she supports Clean Missouri.
I serve with dignity and honor, and I expect my legislators to do the same.
Now she's questioning proposals to tighten access to legislative records.
Missourians pulled together and said, yes, sounds great. And they're challenging it. It just doesn't make sense.
Amendment 1 says, quote, legislative records shall be public records and subject to generally applicable state laws governing public access to public records, including the Sunshine Law. 2 Republicans have bills that would restrict access to those records. Senator Ed Emery questions whether the public understood what it voted for.
Voters, approved these changes to the Sunshine Law, so why do you feel the need to close the records?
I'm not sure that they vetted these the way we do in the Senate, but I don't think most voters took that into account when they decided how they were going to vote.
Emery's bill closes records related to a constituent.
To be safe and on the safe side and to protect the constituent communications, we had to act.
Representative Nick Schroer's amendment to a bill closes constituent case files. He says legislators are trying to protect communication between you and your lawmaker.
We need to make sure that private identifying information is kept private.
But his amendment goes one step further. It closes access to records, including constituent emails to or from members of county commissions, city councils, school boards.
Almost unquestionably, when this bill passes, it's going to be the most radical undermining of open records and transparency law in state history.
For me, it's about transparency in government. Overwhelmingly, Missourians told us that they wanted it, and for the legislature to come right back out the gate and undo the will of the people is something that I just don't think we should be doing.
The future of the bills remains to be seen.
I'm not sure the people of Missouri knew what all they were voting for when they voted for Clean Missouri, but I have a pretty good feeling that the lobbyist gift cap and the changes in the Sunshine Law were something that you could probably get your head around. And so I think we have to be very diligent and very mindful about how we do what we do.
As for Dorr, she says she plans to tell lawmakers about her concerns.
Missourians voted overwhelmingly, I think something like 600,000 votes in favor of Amendment 1, and now how can they challenge this?
That was KOMU8's Jacob Caviani reporting. Again, changes to public records were just part of Amendment 1. Lawmakers are also discussing changes to cleaning Missouri's redistricting requirements. If you want to read the full language in the bills discussed in this story, visit our website at KOMU.com.
Tonight, the City Council tackled a number of issues on the agenda.